we're going to clean our brush off, get rid of all that gray that's on there. And let's pick up a color that's just plain called rose. Wonderful color, rose. And we're going to take that and come on up. And remember, we have to put a base tone in first before we can show anything. And this is thin, guys. Don't put, I see a lot of people in our workshops putting this base tone in very thick, so don't do that. In it goes. Watch your outside edge. It's kind of ragged. We'll leave that one alone. We'll jump down to the next one. A little touch of medium. This time we'll take some ochre and maybe a touch of cad yellow medium and ochre mixed together. And up it goes. Oh, and there's a little red in there left over from the flower up yonder. Get it in, doesn't matter. In it goes. Let it overlap the other rose. Be free and be loose. And don't tighten up. Paint till you drop. This kind of stuff takes practice. You have to paint at least 100 roses before you really get to the point of knowing what it's all about. And instead of jumping right into painting, why don't you try going out, getting the sketchbook, and sketching flowers. Learn how to draw. So many people try to paint before they learn how to draw. And drawing is so important. So sketch flowers as often as you can. We're going to come back up here and take our crimson, our wonderful dark crimson, and find that center. And we'll sort of find some other darks jumping around, and a dark over here, which is going to help separate the back rose from the front rose. All right, now she's ready to go. Now look at this lay-in. Just look at that. We haven't done anything. And take a look at it for a minute. It looks like a rose already, doesn't it? What did we do? We blocked the flower in, put a couple darks, and there it is. Why does that look like a rose? Because the few strokes we have on there are meaningful. They're in a certain area for a certain reason. And that's why your mind's eye says, yes, that's a rose. Because these strokes are running in the proper direction, which makes our job easier when it comes to picking petals out. Now here's some rose in white. We're going to come in here and come right inside and pick out some petals way inside. There's a petal there, a petal there. And you beginners out there, don't be intimidated by this stuff. You can do it. Takes a little practice. But I tell you, if I'm going to practice and learn something, I want to learn something that's worthwhile. I want to learn the right way to do things. Don't show me some Mickey Mouse little project and call it painting. If you cut your finger, it doesn't make you and you put a Band-Aid on it, it doesn't make you a doctor. There's so many Mickey Mouse paintings out there. So try this stuff. And if you win, oh boy, what you end up with is so far superior to anything else. And if you're going to spend your valuable time, let's go for it. Yes. Now, I'm building this out, petal by petal. Sometimes we have what we call foreshortened petals. That's just the side of the brush. Other times we have petals that you see the flat of the petal. All right, there's the flat. What's the big deal? There it is. Another petal swooping down here. That's why you need, even silk roses are wonderful. The way they're making them nowadays, the anatomy of the flower is right there. If you're lucky enough to have real roses, we have a garden that in our backyard where we have at least 100 rose bushes, and that's where I go out and photograph. Actually, Catherine goes out and photographs. Catherine takes all the pictures. And we live in Ashland, Oregon, it's a wonderful town that's nestled in the mountains. And it has roses all over the place. And Catherine and I go out and photograph roses. And there you can see we're out there walking around. Oh, there's my hat. I wondered what happened to my cowboy hat. I missed my hat. Well, I must have found something. Yeah, and there's, you see, this is what it takes. You get out there, have a stroll around, have a nice, fun, leisurely day, and photograph those flowers, bring them home, and paint them. Yes. And if you don't paint them, who cares? You had a great day doing some photography. Matter of fact, I'm going to steal a little time here. Catherine is working on something. Catherine takes all the photos. I take a few, but she takes most of it. We're working on an idea, and Catherine's doing a show for you, where she's taking, oh, there goes my flowers. She's taking some real roses, real photography. These are photographs. This is not painted here. These two roses are photos. She went in behind and painted the background in, okay? Then we, of course, well, let me back up here a little bit. The photograph was enlarged to an 8x10, put behind a mat. Then she went in and painted behind it and then brought the picture out over the mat. Look at the little stars she put in there. Wonderful. Let's back up so we can see the whole thing a little bit. Look at that. Is that cool? So we're combining photography and painting together into one painting. Give me a break, guys. Give me a break. All those photos you have at home you don't know what to do with, take them to your copy place, have them blown up to an 8x10, go out and have some mats cut, put that photo behind it, paint the backgrounds out on the mat, and you'll have a ball. It'll open up a whole new career for you. And if you're out there selling your work, they're going to go crazy. I better get on with this or we'll have one flower and one just blocked in. Wonder if that couldn't get away with that. I don't think so. Let's take a little white and yellow. Cad yellow medium. And we're going to take and pick a petal out of here. Yes. I get off on these little tangents about stuff. See, painting, there's more to painting than just painting on canvas. It's like that photo idea is just fantastic. We're gonna do a lot more with that kind of stuff. Yes. I did one show where I did took a photo of one of my paintings and had an 8x10. I have a computer where I just blow them up in my computer. I scan them in and print them out. They even have some wonderful paper now that's canvas paper. You print them out on canvas paper and put a mat around them and paint them out. If you're showing at outdoor shows, it's fantastic. Okay, now we're gonna get this guy going here. And we got some petals out here. And I really need more time. We need an hour up here to really get into it. Because sometimes we have to rush and that's not fair to you guys. But all the detail and everything will be in our painting packet, so along with patterns and detail instructions for you. Because I don't have a chance to get it all up here. And we have a little blank spot right in there. And we'll get that in. Now remember, there's all kinds of surfaces you can paint on. We paint on furniture. We paint on, actually Catherine just finished doing a cover. We have this fireplace at the house and she painted this cover to go in front of it. Let me show you this. This is in front of, it's a screen. Oh, I knew I'd find the word. See, let's come in real close on that screen. That is cool looking. Look at the flowers. That's a screen in front of our wood-burning fireplace, and Catherine made that. Well, I made the wood. That's just made out of plywood, 3 pieces of plywood. The outside is gold leaf. Catherine did all that, and she went in and did the painting. Is that great? So you could do the same technique on furniture. Let's come over here and bring another nice large rose leaf out here. Yes. And another one coming out. Now I have some pink on the brush, but who cares? Looks great. Play around and experiment. You know, I keep telling you, let that little child out. The little child that's in all of us that wants to play. We have a little bud up here. Boy, let's see if we can get that in before they say, get off of here. Let's come up here and get a little bud. We have a little round top round top, ragged top, round the bottom. And then we come down, and we're going to pick up, let's take our green and put a little touch of yellow with it. Now watch how we load the brush up. I load up both sides of the brush. I load up this side, and then I'll take the brush and turn it over and load up the other side. You see? So when I'm painting and I'm stroking along, and I do this so fast you don't see me do it, I run out of paint on one side, I turn the brush over, and I use the paint on the other side. That's why it looks like I get so much out of one loading. Yeah, but you see me turn it, you don't see me turn it, it's so fast. Now, I just let out one of my secrets. And here comes another one, up here, turn and twist. And I also want to thank all you guys out there, everybody in Florida and Connecticut, New Jersey, Virginia, Texas, and Louisiana. Oh, you guys out in Louisiana are fantastic for all your support over the years. You just have been great. And it's because of you that Catherine and I are able to come back on the air for you. It's without your support, we would be bye-bye. Yeah. And when you stations, when it comes pledge time, guys, in your local station, yes. Now right down in this area, way down in here, in order to pop these roses out a little bit more, watch what happens. We're going to take some green and sienna. Watch what happens when we close that up. Close it up. Now you see that dark, and now we're going to take that dark, let's make it a leaf coming out of there, because you just can't leave your dark hanging. And a little more green and sienna. And maybe we'll have another leaf, dark leaf coming out of here. Now, anytime you bring a leaf up next to a flower, you have to go in and bring those petals back out over. So that the leaves go underneath. Let's take a look at that rose. We have a little time now. And I'm using good old oil paint. Sometimes I forget to tell you up here. And these are pastel roses. And please, if you're going to call us and want to ask questions, refer to the show number at the end of the show, so we'll know which show you're watching. Now let's take a little more white. Ooh, let's get a little more on there. And really punch that out. Now this is adding the wonderful light, wonderful highlights. You see it? Don't run it all the way across the rose, because the light dances from petal to petal. It sort of hits in a spot, and then it's lost. Maybe it hits here. Look at that little bit of light. A little bit of light there. We're turning the lights on here, but you see how just a little bit goes a long way, and if you covered the whole thing, it would lose the beautiful feeling of light. Because if you fill the whole thing in with white, you no longer have light. You simply have a white rose with no lights and darks. Look at the light up there. Yes, this, you have to restrain yourself. Restrain yourself. You have to be cool. Yes, as the kids say today, be cool. Or is that word gone? I'm getting so old, I don't know anymore. I say, isn't that cool? And they go, oh, that word's not used anymore. Drives an old man crazy. Can't keep up with all the sayings. Here's a little pink. Let's take a little pink and add to, look at that. A little pink on the edge of that petal. Here. And a little pink over here. Yes, and don't forget out there, these are very soft brushes, and you want these brushes to last you a long time, so you have to use brush conditioning oil, because this is animal hair we have up here. If you let your brushes dry out, they flare out and they're shot. So you have to keep, what the brush conditioning oil does, it just keeps the hairs moist, keeps them wet, so that when you're ready to paint, they're ready to go, and it keeps that chisel edge. Once these dry out, they're gone. So what we're doing is keeping the oil in the hair. It's just like human hair. If you don't keep it oiled and keep it conditioned, this is what happens. Yes, it's gone bye-bye. So keep those brushes conditioned out there. Let's take a look and see how we did here. I'm going to add we've got a little bit of time. I'm going to come up here. And there, this is what we want. We want to reach for the stars, guys. Reach up there and let it happen. I think we got a good painting here. I think we're really cooking. Maybe another little stem right in there. Yes. Okay, well, let's go rose nutty out there and let's take all those photos and get those paints and brushes out and have at it. Thanks for watching. And again, guys, thanks for your support out there. And don't forget to stop and smell those roses along the way. God be with you, and I'll see you next time.